what is your assessment or opinion of President Biden's and his relevant cabinet members? What do you think their policies will be towards nuclear weapons?
I'm sorry, I have to ask you, Biden and his, I didn't hear the, and
His cabinet
oh,
officials.
well, there's a big split as far as I can see. Not surprisingly, but actually encouragingly, the domestic side looks not only incredibly better than Trump, which is a pretty low bar, but actually seems very good and better than people expected, better than I expected, and in a lot of respects. I'll name one, by the way. He came back to his old roots of unionization in talking about directly encouraging the unionization of Amazon, which could be a very big thing across the country. And I didn't sort of foresee that he would be that good. And of course, his rescue bill that just passed is better than most people expected it to be. So good. And in other respects, you can go across the board. I didn't expect him to be much better than either Obama or Trump on foreign policy or defense. And for his first month, my expectations were not being exceeded. The people he put in are essentially the Obama people. Somebody said to me the other day, gee, they look like Obama people. I said, well, there's a reason for that. They are Obama people. They were in the administration in most cases, and that's not good enough. Granted that on Iran and Cuba, he looked good. But on defense matters in general, he had supposedly, we hear from inside by leaks, good impulses to go for no first use, even to get rid of ICBMs, but they didn't go anywhere. So I wasn't expecting much, and it doesn't look very good, much better than Obama yet at all, if any. We'll see. It's evolving. He had the pandemic in particular, and other things to look on the first month. What will his relations with China and Russia turn out to be? Calling Putin a killer, which is true, but when you're not willing to say that Mohammed bin Salman is a killer, is not wonderful. Actually, our need to cooperate with Saudi Arabia is not comparable to our need to cooperate with Putin and Russia. Saudis don't have nuclear weapons, and are not potent. Actually, neither of them look very promising on climate. Actually, they kind of both go out of business if the oil stays in the ground where it should. So, as my friend Arjun Makajani said, one problem with climate control is that if we do what we should, which is keep it all in the ground, Russia goes bankrupt, along with Saudi Arabia and maybe Venezuela and so on. So that is actually a problem. But our immediate problem, of course, is having Exxon, our own Chevron, our own companies here, putting them out of business. Now, is that easy? No. What could be harder? You're talking here about the strongest, most rich corporations in the world. And they've been very effective in keeping, hell, half the country doesn't believe there's a climate problem. Thank you, Exxon. Thank you, Chevron, the others. They're very good at myth making. That is extremely dangerous. So far, I wouldn't say that we have a very promising cabinet on the national security side or the foreign side, the external side. But again, who knows? Pressure may make the difference there. There seems to have been, the Republicans, by the way, are pointing to left-wing pressure on this policy, which, during the campaign sounded absurd. On the domestic side, it seems to be working to some extent. So let's do it on the foreign side. Let's see what we can get. We need better people, but they need pressure. Used to say they may not see the light, but they'll feel the heat.